In today's video, how to handle back-to-back competitions. I'll show you examples of some of my clients and also describe how far apart your shows can be.
All by myself.
Hey guys, what's going on? This is Paul Ravella from ProPhysique.com. In today's video, we're going to discuss the topic for competitors of how to handle the time if you're doing multiple shows. What you should do between those shows, how much is too much time, how much is not enough time, and are there benefits and drawbacks to competing in multiple shows? Right, so the question comes from my Instagram direct message. So if you guys are not following along, please do so by following my Instagram, sending me direct messages. Now you guys are kicking so much butt. I have so many questions to answer, but it just gets me so jacked up. I really appreciate the feedback. And what it really shows me is you guys are actually watching my videos, listening to what I have to say. And if you wouldn't mind, there's a subscribe button, I think right here. I changed it so you could clearly see it. It doesn't stop the video. Just click subscribe and let's keep rolling forward. I gotta be honest. The metrics of YouTube, the subscribes, the views, the comments that you guys leave me, the DMs that I get, it really motivates me to do these type of videos because I feel like, I have a very client base that stays very static. I can't have millions of clients. I have a set amount of clients, but I feel like I'm able to help you guys, and that's really what the podcast that Lauren and I do about, Redefine Healthy Radio. That's why I promote my own bodybuilding show, the OCB Florida West Coast Classic. That's why I try to put out information, and I'm just so grateful that you guys actually value what I'm saying, so I appreciate that. So let's talk about how to handle the time between competitions. So, you did your first show, you dieted down, you got shredded, you got on stage, and now you're doing another show. Well, the first part of the process of handling two shows is when you know you have a second show, it's what you do the night of your first show that matters the most. What I tell my clients is, you get a free meal. Go out after the show, have whatever you want. Do not use this as an excuse to eat like a jerk, okay? Although it's kind of part of the process, like we look at that post-show meal as a reward for all our hard work, the food's gonna be there after your last show of the season, okay? You can go out and have a burger and fries, okay? You can go out and have some sushi. You can go out and have like maybe half a pizza, something like this, but you can certainly put on body fat in a single meal if you eat like a jerk because your hunger hormones are not going to tell you when to stop eating, okay? You're going to be able to put down 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 calories in a meal, okay? You're going to feel disgusting, but still hungry, right? So you need to just give yourself the mental cue of, I get one meal, whatever I want, that's it, shut it off. Don't go eating off a bunch of other people's plates. Don't order seconds, okay? That's how I would handle that. Now, let's say it's the shortest time frame possible. You just have 1 week between shows. You just competed on Saturday. You got another show the following Saturday. How would I handle that? Well, usually what I'll do, because the way I peak people is, I call it the linear progressive load. I'm gradually walking carbs up every day going into the show. So what I did all week was a daily check-in with my clients, and we pay attention to the details. What's going on as we're adding carbs? And it's a slow, gradual walk up to carbs based on what I learned about that person during prep. Using refeeds, okay? So what I'll pay attention to is when did this person really start to look their best and start to drop weight? Then what we'll do is we'll do a check-in on Sunday or Monday morning, and I'll rewrite the peaking plan based around that. So if the scale is up and we're looking a little squishy on Sunday or Monday, we might have to have an aggressive day where we do a bunch of steady state cardio, a bunch of high rep training, really burn off some glycogen, burn off some water, because I want to deplete just slightly, get us back to that baseline where we feel super tight, and then we can walk up carbs again. There are some real benefits to doing multiple shows, especially close like this. The first benefit is that you really learn about your body. You learn how you respond to things. The second benefit is that during the peaking process, I'm bringing the cardio down, I'm bringing the training intensity down, I'm bringing calories up. What does this sound like to you? It's a diet break. That's right. Peak week is essentially a diet break. And what do diet breaks do? They allow inflammation to go down, digestion improves, your metabolic rate, which has been super suppressed, starts to speed up. And if you don't eat like a jerk post-show, the benefit of a diet break is it's going to help us come in even better for the second show. So if you have the mindset after your first show for that second show, well, we can really benefit from that. So we'll learn how to peak differently a second time. What if your show is not the following week? What if you have 2-3 weeks between shows? Now we have some real fun because we get to see how you respond to the diet break, okay? The peaking process, as it were. So you peak, you look better all week, you get really good, you go do your show. Then we get to see where we look early in the week. Training intensity is gonna come back up to normal. We're gonna crush some workouts. And what I wanna do again is kind of strip things down. I wanna get back to our baseline weight. And depending on how the person responded during peak week, we might even be able to raise calories up, okay? That peaking process can kind of kick things into what I call a metabolic building phase, where we can actually get leaner by slowly walking calories up. Every single person that I work with looks better from one show to the next. Better, okay? When we have 2, 3, 4 weeks between shows and the mindset is still there and you're still excited about the process, well, there is some real magic that can happen because we've really benefited from doing a show. The stress of the show is over. The anxiety of putting our tan on, of showing up for check-ins. If it's our first show, just the anxiety of doing a show. Where do I go backstage? What time should I be at this meeting? I have to be at this appointment. Are people looking at me? Who else is backstage? All this anxiety, you don't realize it, but it just creates this tension in you, okay? One of my most popular clients, Lauren Dannemiller, when she did her first national show last year, Junior USA's, I reckon I got between 50 and 100 text messages from her the day of or the day before the show. By the end of the year, when she did Miami Nationals last year, I got one text message from her just saying how she was doing. The anxiety was way down, okay? And the result was up. She won the overall at NPC Nationals. Are they directly correlated? I would say there is some correlation there because it was confidence, she was happy with how she looked, and it showed on stage. And the same thing will happen for anyone who does their first show. You're gonna have anxiety, you're gonna have those feelings of what's going on. I remember them well at my first show. It's one of the best things about being a coach who competes. I've been in your shoes, I've been in my clients' shoes. So we get rid of that anxiety. The second show you do, man, you stroll into the meeting like, yeah, man, I'm a veteran, this is fun, I'm having a good time. Just gonna eat my meals, I'm gonna chill backstage, I'm gonna listen to some music, pump up, and I'm gonna hit some poses. It's much different than your first show where there's a lot of anxiety. And so for many reasons, you just get better. When you get that show over with, we have the opportunity to now really fine tune things and come in better and better for each show. So the shortest time between two shows would obviously be a week. I mean, on a rare occasion, I've had a client do a show on back-to-back days. It just so worked out that there was a Friday, Saturday show that they could do, but there's not really a lot you can do there. Also, like with national shows, Friday prejudging, Saturday finals, that's the closest. What's the farthest apart I would consider for a competitor to do? Well, I'm gonna go back to my girl, Lauren Dannemiller, because she did something that I would not highly recommend, but in a special situation. She did a couple national shows and was always in first call-outs. In fact, she did NPC Universe, was in first call-outs, and we went into kind of reverse diet mode, and this was June, and she did her next show in November. Now this was not easy. This proved that she's got a ton of just discipline, because we essentially had to reverse diet for 12 weeks, and then we did another like 8-week contest prep, basically just to get her to the national stage. Now, I don't usually suggest that, but when you're that close to getting a pro card and your feedback is just tweak a little thing like a pose or your hair, then we can discuss it, because staying that lean, even though we got her carbs way up and her cardio came way down, I mean, she ended up maintaining her near stage weight on way more calories than she was at when we started the process and way less cardio. But it doesn't really matter when you're that lean. You see, when your body's that lean, it's just hard on you all the time. Energy is low, things start to suffer, no matter how much food you're eating. So what happened with her was, I would consider a rare instance of just the right mixture. But for you, I would not do shows more than 8 weeks apart. I think if you pack everything into 8 weeks, that's ideal. All right, hopefully this answers your questions. I went on a little bit of a diatribe there, but I really love you guys. I appreciate all the feedback, all the questions. Hit that subscribe button, it means the world to me, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.